Hey guys, it's Kim, aka Spartan Stitcher on Instagram, and I am back again with another weekly cross-stitching video. Today is the 10th of May, 2021, and this is video number 120. So, I worked on 3 different pieces this week, and it was a completely full coverage week, and I have page finish. So, first thing I started on was Star Wars Mystic Stitch Retired Pattern, artwork by Andrew Reed, and I told you last week how I put this in Pattern Keeper. So it is faster, but still not as fast as like any other pattern that uploads automatically. So I worked on this Monday through Thursday. I put in another 2,400 tent stitches for a total so far this month of 4,000 tent stitches. I finished the word floss in the Wheel of Fortune challenge in Full Coverage Fanatics and started the next word. I think I'm using scissors. Anyways, there is the full piece. This is 25 count, easy count, and the page I'm working on. So after I did the black, I just started building, and I didn't get that color that gray color that I was missing until this weekend. So that's why there's some patches in here, because that's the color I was missing, but now I have plenty of it. So we have more background coming in, and you can now kind of tell this is the start of Leia's head. So her eye, her hair, and the start of one of her buns right there. So we will keep going for this one since I'm using it for the bookshelf challenge. I think for Hidden Figures in 10 stitches I need like 6,600. And I'm only at just over 4 right now. So we will keep going, and I'm pretty sure we'll get that page done. So that is Star Wars. I don't think I'll work on it this week, but I will get back to it this month. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I pulled out Friends Forever by Ann Stokes. This is a retired Haid, and the last time I worked on this, was it April? I don't remember. But I had started the page right here with like her shoulder, her hand, the top of the dragon. So I had a few stitches into it, but then worked on it more this weekend and reminded myself how much faster it is once you can actually search for a symbol instead of having to scan for it manually like I have to do on the Star Wars pattern. So in 3 days I got 2,900 10 stitches. Would have gotten more, but I was shooting for the page finish on a summer ball. So there you go. You can see where her necklace is going to be and the bodice of her dress. Here's where her hand is, and this is one of the wings coming down. And then some of her arm right here. And this darker red is the fabric that she's got draped around her. So this one will get over 10,000 tent stitches this month for the bookshelf challenge. So you'll definitely, I will be working on this one more this week. So that is Friends Forever 25 count Lugana 2/1 Continental tent stitch. And then my last piece is my daily piece, a summer ball by Sandy Littlejohns of Cross Stitch Arts. I did get my page done. So we are now halfway through this, or through that lady in the yellow dress. And that's all I have left. The stitch count for that part is 149 wide by, it's 128 high. So we're like 19,000 stitches remaining. That doesn't count because there's fractionals and backstitch. So 4 out of 6 pages done. I still have it in my Q-snap, but there you go. I'm going to put it down quickly in hopes that YouTube will pick it as a thumbnail. So that is the entire piece. And we'll get closer. Try to show you. I had to do this for my Instagram too because this panoramic is now too wide to show in a picture. And I just finished gridding. This is the next page. So these pages are the same width of a Haid page. It's 80 stitches wide, but the entire piece is 128 high. So you can see the rest of my fabric there. So 80 stitches here, and then we'll have some more to finish the page, or finish the piece. So I will keep going. I haven't stitched yet today. So now that I have this gridded, I will start probably on the easy part, because it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't stitched yet. So we'll get the 125. Actually, to get my page done with all the back stitch on this page, I did have to do more than 125 stitches for the day. Like yesterday I did about 220. That's counting your back stitches as half a stitch. And then Saturday I believe I did 240. So I could do less than that and still get my bookshelf challenge done for the month. So that is my page done. All their faces, out of all the faces, there was only one tiny fractional that was actually one of their features. The rest of it was all backstitch to get their facial features in there. Stitched with anchor, 28 count Monaco, 2/2. So my plans, keep going on a summer ball daily. I am going to work on Friends Forever, keep going on that one, because 10,000 tent stitches. And Halloween Rules, I think I'll pull that out. And then we'll see if I just spend a whole lot of time on Friends Forever this week, or if I either go back to Star Wars or I start on the next page on Big Red Ship of Life. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the week brings. In announcement news for Full Coverage Fanatics, we did pick the weekend for the Ancient Adventures weekend challenge for June. That is a non-stitch challenge to work on your oldest whip, full coverage whip. So that'll be the 18th through the 20th of June. So you can get that on your calendars to try to get some progress in your oldest whip. That is it for my stitching content. It's a quick one today, but all full coverage, so I like that. Okay, life updates. Spencer and his medical conditions. The medicine that he needs for the EPM, the proprietary version comes in pellet form that you add to their feed, and it's $2,000 for 30 days worth of treatment. It's also back ordered. You can't get it. And who wants to pay $2,000 for 30 days of treatment anyways? So my vet has always had a different version of medication that he gets compounded from a pharmacy in Arkansas. Arkansas is the state north of Louisiana, and Spencer lives at the northern part of Louisiana anyways. So this pharmacy compounds it. It's a liquid, so they're combining different things and compounding it, and then they ship it via FedEx to my vet's office in Louisiana. FedEx lost the medication. So we found out 2 Tuesdays ago, order the meds. It took like 8 days. The meds were supposed to arrive last week, Wednesday. They didn't arrive. By Friday, my vet was pissed because this is the cheaper version. It's one bottle of medicine and it's almost $400. Still much cheaper than the $2,000 for the proprietary meds. But it got lost. I don't know where it is. He drove up to the pharmacy, I believe, on Saturday to get more meds. I didn't pay any extra money. I'm hoping, and knowing the vet, he's going to make FedEx cover the cost of the second batch of medicine. He got the meds back on Saturday. Spencer started the meds. So he did a lot of driving Saturday to get that. My friend picked up the meds Sunday morning. Spencer started the meds yesterday evening. Before he started the meds, he had come down with a low-grade fever and some really odd sweat patches. So normally when a horse is hot, they sweat the underside of their neck, the front of their chest, behind their front legs, like where the girth goes. And the only time you normally see sweat on their back is if you had a saddle on there and you were doing a lot of work riding him, which my friend's not doing a lot of work right now. She's taking it easy on him. And she hadn't been riding him, and it was a cooler day because they had some storm and hail come through. And Spencer was in a cool barn with a low-grade fever and had sweat, like patchy sweat spots on either side of his spine, going down his neck, his back, and his butt. Like really weird sweat patterns. And obviously you could see by looking at him that he wasn't feeling well. Today, so we think that fever is from the tick-borne diseases, not the EPM. He doesn't get the antibiotic for the tick-borne diseases. It's supposed to come today. Again, something else that has to be compounded. It's an antibiotic, but it's also in liquid form. The EPM meds are banana flavored, which he is eating slower, but he is eating, mixed in with his food. Apparently the antibiotics are nasty tasting, so that will take more work on my friend's part to make sure that he takes his medicine. So flushing it into his mouth and making sure that he drinks it. But he hasn't started that yet. Should arrive today, fingers crossed. But today he doesn't seem to have a fever. It is another cool day, so we'll just keep an eye on him and see how it goes. Again, the tick-borne diseases, the antibiotics for that is 2 weeks. The EPM meds are 30 days. So we'll see how he does. In terms of the horse that I am working with here in North Dakota, the quarter horse mare that's 11 years old but is still green, we have graduated from the round pen. We're now doing groundwork in the riding area, which is not fenced. So that's one reason why I was making sure that I had good control of her. She wasn't pulling out, like, we're doing very basics. We're learning how to lunge and listening to my voice commands and not pulling on me, using a rope halter, because the one time I did try to lunge her in the riding area, she was just going crazy, going absolutely crazy, would not listen, would not slow down. The owner doesn't like using voice commands. Like she'll go, is a signal to go from walk to trot, and is a signal to go from trot to canter, or just pick up a canter. You kiss for canter and you click for trot. But the horse doesn't know whoa, and only uses body signal clues to go to a downward transition to slow down. But when a horse is reacting and is not paying attention and is going crazy and almost running faster than their legs can keep up with them, they're not going to listen. So I don't see any problem with teaching a horse voice commands. If you're lunging a horse and you say walk, they should slow down from a trot to a walk. Or, they should know walk, trot, canter. They should definitely know whoa. If you say whoa, they should stop. So she's learning that. And we're now out into the riding area, which has a whole lot more things to look at. Is next to the tree line, which sometimes the moose, they know that moose are these strange creatures, walk the tree line. So we are now graduating one step up. Still haven't ridden her, but that is the mare that I'm working with here. My girls are doing well with their riding lessons, and this week we're going to try both girls riding at the same time. So me and the instructor kind of helping out, probably in the riding arena because the round pen is too small. So that'll be interesting to have both girls riding at the same time instead of one after the other on the same horse. Okay, Air Force story. I don't have anything really to tell you here. I'm going to direct you to a video that I have linked in the description. If you want to see what it's like to take off in a B-52, I found a video where they had someone videotaping in a couple different B-52s. They are jets from Barksdale, not from up here. And I think it's back from 2019. But it is my husband's old squadron down there at Barksdale, the 96 Bomb Squadron. They are the Red Devils. So you'll see what it's like to take off in a B-52, looking sitting in the instructor pilot seat in between the two pilots. And you will tell that unlike a commercial flight or any other airplane that you've normally seen when it takes off. As soon as it gets above, you know, off the ground, a lot of airplanes take pretty good angle of attack and go up like this. The B-52 stays almost level and it's just flying up like this. It's very shallow angle of attack. You will also see in the 7-minute video where the radar and the where the two navigators sit on the lower deck of the crew compartment. It's pretty dark. Once you see where there's no windows and there's two guys sitting there looking at all kinds of screens, and it's pretty dark. There's no big lights above them. Those are the navigators. They are the offense. So you'll see one of them grab like a joystick and direct it like this. He is not steering the plane. That is the controls for the targeting pod that's on the wing of, you know, one side of the wing. And there's cameras in that targeting pod so they can look all around, use infrared, use different kind of cameras, and lasers to spot onto a target, and that's what the munitions will follow, that laser signal to their target. But they can just look around and use it just like you're using a camera too. So, but you will not see where my husband works because, again, secret. So go watch that video if you're interested. It's only 7 minutes long. You'll see him taxiing a little bit. There are some outdoor shots as well. And again, the one thing you'll probably notice when you're sitting behind the pilots and watching them take off, you're going to see on their instrument panel a sign that says not a handhold. It seems pretty silly, but it's there for a reason. Anytime you see a note, warning, or caution on an Air Force airplane, or any sort of sign like that, it's there because either someone has gotten hurt, broken something, or died, depending on the severity, if it's a note, warning, or caution, or what kind of sign it is. The reason that not a handhold sign is there is it's on a really thin piece of plastic on the top of the instrument panel. So if you picture the dashboard of your car, you have that piece that comes out farther at the top with your instruments below, your, you know, odometer, speedometer, oil pressure, and all that. It's a glare shield. It keeps the sun from, you know, shining on your instruments. But unlike a car where you can grab that sucker and you can help adjust yourself in your seat in your car and it's not going to be a problem. On the B-52, that's a very thin piece of plastic. They just don't want the pilots to grab that to help them change how they're sitting in their ejection seat. So they do have other handholds to help them adjust themselves. It's just a sign for, oh yeah, I forgot, I shouldn't grab that thing right in front of me, because it is just a thin piece of plastic. Very hard to get spares for that as well. So go check out the video. You can pretend like you're flying a B-52, and we'll see you guys next week. I hope everybody has a good stitching week. Bye, guys.